Pisces. I'm Christina with Sanctuary Within You. Welcome to this week's reading and pick a pile. So we have eclipse season starting up on, or we're already in the energy. But the first eclipse is going to be on October 25th, early in the morning here Pacific time. And so today, for this week, I wanted to do a reading to kind of guide you on preparation for this. And just to spend a couple of minutes first to share my ideas of eclipses. I'm a shadow light worker, but a shadow healer. So I work with a really deep core wounding with in mentorships and in my sessions. And eclipses are just kind of a fast track to really align with your soul purpose, your soul journey. So the universe can send you whatever it is that you need for your highest good and growth. And it is always an amazing healing opportunity, and unexpected. I mean, unexpected blessings if you've done your work and all of that too. Just those unexpected blessings can come in as well, which healing is as well, I must say. Being the person who I am and have gone through so much and fully embracing and loving healing, loving going into the subconscious, this is what the eclipses is an opportunity for. So no need to be afraid of eclipses. I see it as like, let's just, time collapse our growth so that we can move on, right? So I want to say that. So this first one is in 2 degrees Scorpio. So you can check your placements there. What else was it that I was going to say? Yeah. So these readings are going to be a little bit more kind of like how to prep or what you're moving through right now, and maybe what this will help you with. And these are general readings. So some of it will resonate and some will be specific for some and not for some. I also want to mention, obviously I do have a few sessions open still in October. I'll put it on the link below. If you want to read more about my experience that I had in the last eclipse season in April, May in the spring, which was also Scorpio and Taurus, obviously, then I have tagged it on my Instagram. So my Instagram handle is sanctuary.within. So it's the first post there. Incredible understanding of my life and the healing that I've had to go through in losing my family. So also want to say that I do have an offer right now, only 5 spots for you who have heard me talk about Gene Keys. It's a way to look at your unique chart, what your life purpose is, what your life work is, what your life lesson is, relationship, wealth, core wounding, how you think, all of these things, health, and every sphere, as it's called in Gene Keys, has a shadow side to it. And then the gift, the bridge to alchemize the shadow side aspect of it. And also then the ultimate city, as it's called, the fully ultimate alchemized state. So I am now starting to offer Gene Key sessions. So I have a bundle. I've already done it in my mentorships. But for you who are new or want to jump on that, I have a bundle of 2 sessions. So I will do a chart reading of a couple of really prominent aspects. It's a really deep work, and then offer my healing. We'll go through and actually heal and alchemize this as well. That's coming up. That's a priority for you at the moment. So I'll put that link below. I only have 5 spots for this first bundle. And then we're also going to start a Gene Key study group. So if you're interested in that, I will send out an email today, Wednesday, for everyone on my email list, and otherwise DM me, or you'll see posts in my group and on Instagram as well for more info about that. Since we are in eclipse season and transformation is the key. That's what we're doing right now in super speed, I will say, which I'm super excited about. Even though, yes, I know transformation is not always easy. As I said, I've gone through a lot in my life, and I've learned how to heal it and how to turn it into wisdom, because that's what it's here for. So I'm here for you if you need that extra support as well. And I'll put all the links below in the description of the video as well. So, all right, let's start this. We have 3 piles as usual, And I will try to remember to timestamp them below as well. I often do, but sometimes not. Let me know if I forget. Okay, so the first pile is Epido. I love this. The energy of that is to not live a mediocre life. The second is the Sunstone. Radiate in all your glory, in all your uniqueness, in all your gifts. And third one is the Velvet Malachite today. Malachite is about wholeness, is an amazing manifestation stone, but it manifests wholeness. So if you need healing, it will help you with that. If you need abundance, it will help you with that. So beautiful abundance and manifestation stone, but also really healing into the wholeness that we all are, that we have to just remember that we are. All right, let's start this journey. Let's see, let's put those ones away. All right, so first pile is the Epido. All right, so let me put these cards out first, and then we're going to do some extra as usual. All right, so your center cards are Compassion and the Eight of Wands. And we'll obviously go into it deeper as we unfold this, but what I'm initially feeling here, I mean, the Eight of Wands is going all in. It can also signify burnout if you haven't found that balance, and we are still in the last week of Libra season, which is so much about balance. So with that compassion, yeah, actually, both ways I'm feeling this card is actually ending up being the same. So first I felt go all in on being compassionate with yourself, because that's where all healing is. That's how I lead all my different healing sessions and use all my tools. We have to be compassionate with ourselves. We can only heal through loving instead of criticizing, letting the mind criticize or doubt ourselves. We have to simply do it with compassion. So going all in on the compassion towards yourself, and then also, if you especially, but anytime, if you're headed toward feeling just drained and burnout and all of these things, then the compassion is the key for that. So with this energy here, I just feel, before I go on to the other cards, you know, it's always our choice if we want to go into healing, because it takes, and our soul journey, it takes courage. It takes courage to look at the parts of ourselves that are not comfortable to look at, either trauma or wounding that we've gone through, or just simply things that is uncomfortable to change, like boundary setting, and what are you doing to keep reliving the same patterns. And if you want to change the patterns, then you simply have to go within. And we operate so much from our subconscious, so we have to go down into the core. Why is this always showing up in your relationship, or why are you in this abundance or rather scarcity loop, or why is this always showing up in work, and do you doubt yourself, do you feel worthy, all of that. We have to go to the core of that. And that's what I do. That's my mission here in life. That's my sole purpose. Talking about that, I have a very intense gene key in my purpose, so that I can fully feel what I can then help you with. And we have to embrace that transformation, and we have to get out of our comfort zone. Otherwise, we simply can't grow, because our comfort zone, keeps us safe, but it also doesn't hold any change. We have to change something in order to change. So this, for me, these cards are so much an urge for you to, for one, be really kind to yourself, really watch those mind loops that is going to criticize yourself or going to doubt yourself, or whatever it is that they're doing. Be really compassionate towards yourself, and then also make a choice. Can you commit to yourself? Okay. And you do this with No surprise here, the Scorpio card, in the medicine field. Death here, this is a rebirth, okay? We have to let go of what doesn't serve us. So we have to really look down, talking about the Scorpio eclipse. I'm a natal Scorpio moon, so that's a part of why I do this work in my 12th house, for you who are curious, to really, really transform. And death here is a blessing. It's not always comfortable, but when we get into trusting and when we can release and let go, that's surrender. And what comes after, the relief of actually letting go and seeing what you're holding on to that is not serving you anymore. And that's how every pattern comes in. It comes in either as a programming as a young child because you've observed people around you and you think that that is the way, right? Or it comes in as a different kind of programming, or rather as trauma or wounding that you've learned, often as a child, but it can obviously be other traumatic experiences, but they tend to show up because you haven't yet addressed your core wound. So that's what is needed here, the death card. And the eclipse holds, so much opportunity for that release, or for that highlight. What is it that you're doing that is not serving you? And to go in and really, really, really heal that. In the spiritual field, we have the Page of Wands. So this is how I'm seeing this in the spiritual field. This is something that maybe you've been thinking about. It could be, for example, a commitment to meditate, to center yourself on a regular, daily, several times a daily basis. I just had a workshop, soul consciousness workshop, a 3-day workshop this weekend, which was mind-blowing because we worked on mindset and the reason for it, and how the subconscious mind works and how we can actually reprogram and change it. So I feel here with this showing up in the spiritual field, that you have been called to actually do something about your spirituality, whether that is a meditation, if you feel called to look into all these amazing tools that we have, like astrology, that I absolutely love to follow the transits of, and that I do some teachings inside my longer programs in about as well. Gene Keys, as I said, that I love as well, to really look into those shadow aspects and just diving deeper into who you are, being intimate with yourself. What is it in here that is subconscious that you are just operating from but not being aware of yet? So any of those tools that you've been thinking about, or if this is just simply that confirmation of like, okay, are you going to do this or not? Right? Then this is it. Okay. Adapting here a new spiritual practice that is good for you. And then in the action field here, this is with the Three of Cups here. Let me feel into the whole reading, how that plays in. So this is about the Three of Cups is about, celebration with, your sisters, your brothers, the loved ones. That how I'm feeling this though with this reading is really that it's also important to surround yourself with people that not only you love, but that are like-minded as you, so that you can feel uplifted. This is an upliftment, and some of you might have something to celebrate, something really fulfilling, something just that makes you happy. So don't, if this shows up right now, definitely choose that, and don't go into just like work mode or suppressing other things. This is the time to come into also playing and pleasure and taking care of yourself that way, because that's going to lighten up your energy. And that's what a supportive, empowering group of people around you do as well, so that you can feel uplifted. So that's in the action field. We've covered how it shows up in your spiritual field and what you're being called to do there, but how you will support that, being compassionate with yourself, the center cards, is about enjoying people that you love, and enjoying the empowerment, and enjoying emerging yourself in those kind of situations and with those people. In how to perceive the future, What I'm feeling here is that you might not. The thing is that if, and especially if you've been here with the Eight of Wands, been so much, heading towards burnout or not filling your cup, or it might not, it might just be that you're not fulfilled. Some of you might work your off, and this is a wake up call, but it also might, for some of you, might be that you're just simply not feeling fulfilled in what you do. So you need to fill your cup. And that's about this whole journey of letting go and going within so that you can see what it is that you is beneficial for you to let go of. But because of that, when we end up in tunnel vision and just kind of like living from our subconscious mind and not breaking out of that box, then we don't see the blessings that is actually coming from the universe, the new opportunities, the new blessings, the new opportunities to fill your cup. You're focused on these ones that you are used to, and you're not seeing these. So with that coming in your how you view your future, I just feel like, don't lose hope here, because that's the thing. The mind can only expect what you've already experienced, and that's why it goes on loop. That's why we have to learn how to come in and stop that and be aware of it, and then how to turn it, right? So if you're looking at the future thinking, well, how can anything change, and I just feel for some of you, you might feel that hopelessness might not be for some of you, but for some of you it is. Then that's you need to get out of that tunnel vision. You have to go up into the higher perspective. What is your soul journey? What are you going through right now? And you only do that by going within. It's just simply how it works, so that you can get some perspective of your life and your mind as well. I'm going to do a few more cards. I'm going to do a little bit different today. For one, I want an outcome card here. This is right, which is beautiful, and of course, right? So outcome card, if you do this journey and embrace these cards that I've suggested here, it's the Hermit. And the Hermit is someone that really goes soul searching. So of course, that's what this whole reading has been about, which is a beautiful journey to take, the most rewarding journey. That's how I have come into alchemize everything that I've gone through. And not only the healing part, but the thing is that what that leads to is the inner strength and the belief in myself and my intuition and my future and my abilities and my passions and my creativity. All of that is gained from healing the core wounding within us. Okay, and that's what the opportunity is. That's why I get so excited. That's why I do what I do. That's what the opportunity is in going in and soul searching. So that is there for you. It's a beautiful journey. I know it can be super intimidating, but I'm here to tell you and to hold you in a loving space. I know how to move through this really, really lovingly. So that's what I do in my session. So obviously you are very welcome to book a session with me, or to go into doing the Gene Key bundle of 2 sessions too, which saves you compared to one. All right, and then let's see, one card for where you tend to trip yourself up the most. Right, so okay, so this is for you who have felt that you're just in a struggle, in a tunnel vision, but also feeling like everything is a fight or a challenge. You might be going through really challenging times. Or you just might feel that, as I said, how can I ever get out of this? And that's where you trip yourself up. You don't see anything else in that. And that's why, again, we have to raise that perspective, right? And because the eclipse season, that is that, like, the eclipses bring, if we're not choosing to change it, it just highlights what it is that we're here to change in order to live more in our full potential, right? And that's what will come in however form it's meant to, unexpected change, and it's a blessing. It can be hard, but choose to go into it. When you open to go into that soul searching journey first, then it's not so intimidating, because that's the strength, that's the beauty of going into your spiritual self and within yourself, is that you learn that you have the solutions within you to not only deal with, but to roll with, to flow with, to see the reason why everything is happening in your life. And that's how you get that self-confidence, because the universe is guiding us every single moment of our life. We just have to choose if we want to see it or not. And that's what intuition is here for. So I wanted to do kind of see, today I'm going to do an extra, let's see here, 3 card for each pile, just to see kind of moving through these eclipses, what it can hold or what that journey looks like. Okay. And then that one. So looking at the journey. Whoa. Guess you wanted that one too. All right. So, so coming from the sovereign. So this is you really putting on your crown of, yes, I got this. This is, and some of you are already in this space of, yes, this is who I am, and I'm just ready to dive in, to learn everything that I need to learn, to accept the blessings that is coming in, the potential for that, however that comes in with the eclipses. And sometimes, as I said, it's a blessing to see what it is that you can let go of. It's a blessing to heal, so you don't have to carry this backpack anymore. So that's really stepping into your power, your serenity. And also with this one, some of you are just like, you either are just coming from or just in right now, really setting boundaries, holding boundaries, because the sovereign of the king and queen of your life, you're not letting people, boss around you, and you're really claiming that energy. And then moving into the warrior, which is beautiful with your reading here, because it's so much of that warrior energy of like, okay, I'm ready to see my soul purpose. I'm ready to dive deep into my journey so that I can have all of my dreams in this life, because that's where the full potential, that's where our full potential, what it is about. When we do that inner healing, we heal everything that stands in our way. So definitely going into warrior mode, maybe warrior for yourself. And maybe that's what by boundaries for some of you, boundaries came in here too. And it's really about practicing those boundaries, not necessarily by, right? This is going within to see why are these boundaries overstepped within you, and what do you need to relearn in order to set those boundaries with calm and with intention. And then beautiful, just like the Hermit actually said, with the Death card too. What this hold is the destruction. This is kind of similar as the Tower card, and for me that's also a blessing. As I said, being the shadow worker as I am, the destruction, that is about letting what doesn't serve you fall so that you can free yourself. Okay, so that's the kind of evolution through this eclipse season for you, is how I feel. And that's going to look a little bit different if this is like happening right around this eclipse, or if it's going to span out to the next one too, or if it's going to be the same theme. What also wanted to come out, what jumped out, was the self-love. So there we have the other kind of card for compassion that came in the beginning. So loving yourself, you are worthy healing, you are worthy letting go of what doesn't serve you, both inside of you, people too, and relationships, and all the things, so that you can create an even better life for yourself. So you can create the life of your full potential, of your dreams, where your soul is guiding you every day. Okay? So that's an encouragement to jump into, a reason to jump into your soul journey, and your soul searching, and your healing. Okay? If you like this reading, hit that like button. That always helps me and this channel. And also share it with anyone else who might need some just guidance through the eclipse seasons and what we're moving into here next week. And Scorpio season starts on Sunday, and Scorpio is all about transformation in itself. So the fact that the eclipse is happening in Scorpio, it's like it's double whammy transformation. So it's a big one. The November 8th one in Taurus is also a really powerful one. So anyway, so share this and like, and check out my offers if you do need support in this journey, because it's simply so much easier with with support and with healing tools. So whatever, wherever, if that's me or if it's someone else, I'll put the link below. But you don't have to do this alone. Okay. All right. So number 2, pile number 2, the sunstone. See what cards we have for you here to start with, and then we're going to do some extra today. Ooh, look at this. All right. Wow. Okay. The center cards, which the reading is all around, is Love and King of Cups. So, since this is a general reading, it might have a couple of different energies for you. I'm always going to start with how this is for you and for your inner journey, because that's who I am and that's what I work with. But some of you, looking at all these cards, some of you definitely, it is about attracting love as well, and attracting like your passions here, truly what you're passionate about, and what kind of love, what kind of partner, if you're single, or how you're deepening your current relationship, is what you're calling into, obviously, with the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is someone, not necessarily a man. If this is you, then this is about expressing that love for yourself and seeing how emotionally stable that you are. And this is about emotional intelligence. And to be honest, that's with most people that I work with, has a really high level of emotional intelligence. It's just that a lot of you have had that twisted, of maybe not being seen and being twisted that you're the wrong one, or however that has shown up. It's just something that's coming in now. So for some of you, you're really going to recognize that. That it's actually you, even if that has been kind of twisted, and that's why you might be doubting yourself. So to kind of coming in and really not owning up to that, but just embodying that is the King of Cups. Embodying that love for yourself, that emotional stability. And we're going to go in and see how you can do this even more so. For some of you, it could also be King of Cups is, yes, emotionally stable, but sometimes can just shut down the emotions a little bit too much than what is healthy. So if that's some of you, just pay attention. This might be your little poke to allow them to come, because hello, this is an eclipse in Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign. It's transformation. We cannot transform without feeling what it is that is within us. Okay, and letting it come up, embracing all feelings and not putting shame or judgment on any feelings. It all has to come up so that we can move through it and so that we can release it. And it's not about being stagnant in a feeling, because when we do the healing practices, we move through those feelings. But in order to love yourself more, it's about accepting everything that you feel. Because that's the core of healing right there. So really important to not judge yourself for anything, not for anything. Okay, whether if you think or have or whatever, like a mistake, or that you're not doing things right, whatever that self-doubt or self-criticism is, that's coming from somewhere. Okay, and it's all about loving ourselves through that, whatever it is, and going into the core to see what that is. So that is the center, the work for this eclipse, and maybe what will come up, even more so for you, and what's beneficial for you to be aware of and to look at, and to hold your own, and also to work at. For some of you, I also feel this, like, you've done a lot, so make sure that you have. It's interesting, this boundaries, it came in now again. So we are still in Libra season 2, and obviously, I mean, every single one of us have to work with boundaries in one way or another. So I feel that too, like, yeah, if you're around people that are in a lot in reaction, that is not able to move through, or that's not choosing to move through the eclipses with the beneficial of, okay, I'm going to go in and see what does this actually mean for you, for me. If there's someone who projects and you have those people around you, it might resonate for some of you to really to hold those boundaries so that you can stay sovereign and loving within yourself. And in the medicine field here, we have the Two of Cups here. This is the soulmate card. Okay, some of you are definitely calling in or deepening relationship. That's what I said. Like, it has to do with this too. This is also beautiful, not just a soulmate in terms of that kind of like love partnership, but it's also to either work with someone, to have, you know, a beautiful contract with someone, whether that is in a work setting, although I don't necessarily feel it's a work setting, but maybe it's someone that uplifts and see you for all the love that you are. And it might obviously also be, you know, someone that supports you, like a coach or a good friend, you know, someone like that as well, so that you can really keep holding this beautiful love for yourself, and to kind of work through any feelings that's going to come up with the eclipse. As I said, it's a water sign, so that you can be supported in that. For you who are in this reading, that the support being in the medicine field, the way I do this reading, that support is really important for you, I feel like. So don't be afraid to ask. You don't have to do it all by yourself, okay? I felt like some of you needed that reminder. In the spiritual field, this is with the Four of Pentacles here in the spiritual field. So I'm just tuning in. This can be a little bit different. Four of Pentacles could be that you're holding on too much and too tight around things and around material things, or how you think money's coming in just popped in. That's just for a few of you. You might be holding on too tight, and with that coming in the spiritual field, then this is about allowing the universe to guide you. This is about surrender, to see you're always supported materialistically, and with money too. You're always supported. The universe will find ways if you're open to it. So see there where you are trying to control, our mind wants to control things, and wants to keep us safe that way, hardwired for survival, and our soul is hardwired for growth. Okay, so this the soul consciousness that you want to tap into here for sure. I've been thinking about editing and putting this last weekend's workshop, because it was so potent. But I have to see. Reach out to me if you are interested in buying it again. So that's definitely there. Let me see if there was anything else there. Also making, I mean, the Four of Pentacles, it doesn't have to be that. They can also be showing that you do have stability, but still like working on that feeling of abundance, feeling that you are stable, whether that is about money or like, yeah, I feel like just kind of secure things around you in your environment, or with money, but also in your environment. So tapping into that, you know, I got this and I am supported. For some of you, that's also, also important here to clear your environment, to be intentional with your environment. I'm super intentional. I just actually spent the morning here to do some feng shui, and I'm really intentional where I put symbols and things in my life, and how I, you know, clean up and doing all these things feng shui wise. So for some of you, definitely need to, you know, clear some of that out too, to kind of create more space, so you can open up your energy here and not just be like this. Because when you open up the energy, then you will feel and know, and then the trust work comes in there. I know it's a big job for all of us. Trust to that you are taken care of. Okay. And creating an environment so that you can feel that you are energetically taken care of, like doing things to enhance your environment, so that helps and supports you. In the action field, the Emperor here, it's a lot of, wow, with the King of Cups, and then there's a lot of masculine energy. That doesn't mean that we all have that within us, whether we're men or women. But there is a lot of like stability, masculine energy in this reading. So the Emperor is also about structure and foundation. So whatever you're doing here, there is either someone coming into your life helping you with this, or you're really being called to really look into what are you grounding your beliefs in, and what is your structure, and is there anything that you need to change or let go of in order to have a more solid foundation of what you believe in terms of you're worthy everything, you're worthy the most amazing love, you're worthy to be seen, you're worthy to be appreciated, you're worthy having all the money that you want, you're worthy going after your dream, all these things. It's interesting because I just went through a 4th year annual oh my gosh, I completely lost the word. In your birth chart in astrology, each year you go through a growth cycle. So in the 4th year, that's about your home and foundations, but the way I learned it, so if you are 39 and then every 12 year back or ahead of that, you working on those foundations. So this is for some of you, and it's not for everyone, and you can always work on these foundations regardless. But what I've learned so much by experiencing that this last year, and now I've moved on into my 5th year, annual progression is what I'm trying to say, is that how wherever we're doing that, we can look over our beliefs, and that is about our subconscious. What do we believe life to be? What do you believe you to be? What do you believe abundance to be? What do you believe love to be? And that's so much subconscious and ancestral programming. If we can believe a lot of things in here, but how do we actually act it out? So this is for you to look over that beliefs, and then also act on stability. If you need more stability, as it kind of came in there intuitively, then this is the time. And I feel like you have so much support within you, around you, all of these things too. So for you, it's like really, creating this stability within you, not by holding on to the old, but to embracing the expansion, and to embodying all of that is you, and being really embodied in that emotional intelligence. In the future here, we have the Hierophant, and this is how you perceive the future. So I'm going to do a couple more cards here about the outcome card. This is more about how you perceive the future. So the Hierophant, frankly, this is such a lovely reading. This is about marriage, right? Or it can be for some of you. It's not going to be for all of you, but marriage, or just stabilizing a relationship. So for some of you, that's like that's really good to focus on that, because then you're calling in, being intentional with who you're calling in, or being intentional if you're in a current relationship, what you want to work on, what you want to communicate, talking about emotional intelligence to make this even more solid. For some of you, this is going to be about the Hierophant being the teacher, the guide. This can be you to really see yourself in how much you actually are that guide, that portal between the divine and the earthly life. And for some of you, it's also about, it came in that card too. So for some of you, you have 2 cards here that is suggesting that it would be really good if you seek out support, a coach, therapist, whatever it is, and not kind of wait on that with the eclipse season, so that you can, as we said, build all these foundations and restructure if it's something that you need to restructure in it. But I want to do an outcome card too, because that's just something to keep in mind when you think about, the future and how you're moving through this. So the outcome card is fully, as I said, this is so much about emotional intelligence. This is with the Queen here. This is, whether you're a man or a woman, this is about fully embodying all your emotions. She's very, very intuitive as well, or she or he is very intuitive and following and taking action on that, but very embodied. And and safe in yourself like this. So this is with both the king and the queen here. I mean, so for some of you, again, this is love, and this is a really good, match as well. But for some of you, it's your own journey too, in that creating that stability within you, not by holding on, but by um, letting go and choosing your own foundation of what you believe in life. I'm gonna do, let's see here, where you tend to trip yourself up. Okay, so this is why it's so much beliefs and stability in this whole reading, because where you tend to trip yourself up is scarcity, lack, afraid of not having enough, whether that is about money or love. This is more about like a money, that kind of stability, but it can be about just stability in general, but you're feeling that lack, and that's why you trip yourself up. So how can you believe that this can, and that might be why in the spiritual field where you're holding on too much, and where would it benefit you to look over your beliefs and reframe them if you need to, and go through that healing journey if you need to. I wanted to do, for this particular reading, I wanted to do 3 more cards for each pile, just to kind of see progression here, since the first, we're a little bit less than a week from the first eclipse. And for some of you, this reading is going to last, it's going to be more about this first eclipse, and then for some of you, it's going to last through the second too. But I just kind of wanted to see the progression here for you. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so some of you, maybe the first and second reading is gonna, help you both, or if you didn't, if you wasn't sure which one to pick, because these are actually very similar cards here. The first one though is asking your body. So this is about our body is just showing us to really tap in my transformational program Soul Blossom, for example. We start with just doing like a body scan every single day. Where am I today? Where is my energy? How do I feel? But also, where is my energy and my chakras and all of that? So asking your body, what do you need? Okay, you cannot forget about yourself. This is obviously all about you, but asking your body. So being really in tune that way might really help you to sort this out. And then the middle card, what you're moving into, is the warrior. And that was actually the same in the first pile as the middle card. That's what you're moving into. So this is being a warrior for yourself. What is your belief? What is your truth? And you're worthy, standing up for your truth, okay? Not everyone has their own truth, and it's just what it is. And it's just important that we follow our own intuition, our guidance, and trusting ourselves. And this is also that, standing up for yourself, but it's also about choosing, okay, am I going to go after all my dreams? Am I going to heal what this, scarcity is, or what this mind trying to control, so that I can build a better foundation for myself, to call in everything that I want? This is so much a commitment to yourself, as well as what you believe in, but don't make it just about something outside of you. Make it also about yourself, okay? What do you believe in? What is important for you? Can you commit to yourself? Can you commit to yourself to go through this journey yourself, to choose you? Okay, and then you're going to move into, and this was so interesting because it was the opposite cards, how it showed up in the other reading. And this is about moving into the sovereign, the royal you, the person who knows that she or he is amazing, is a queen or king of their world, and have good boundaries, knowing that there's overflow of everything that you could possibly want, knowing how to delegate also, because it's not only about, burning out and all of that. This is about delegating too, if you look at, a traditional kingdom, so to speak, right? But this is your being the king and queen, the sovereign of your life. And this is what you're moving into when you embrace all these cards, and rolling with these eclipses, and really see what they highlight for you, to fully see that, okay, how can I grow through this? How can I become even stronger and more confident in myself and my abilities, my intuition, my truth, is how I'm feeling this for you. So that's such a powerful reading. If you like this, click that like button. It helps me, helps other people see it. Share this video as well. As I said too, since it came up twice, I'm here for you if you need guidance, if you need support through this. This is what I work with, to go into the core of what it is that you've been carrying that you no longer need, to really coming into yourself and that emotional sovereignty as well. And as I said, if you want to jump on this Gene Key bundle, I only have 5 spots to start with. And right now it's on special for a week before I raise the price. Or before those sessions are gone, which they will be. Jump on that, then you get 2 sessions, and we look into your personal Gene Key chart. Yeah, that was it for you. Happy eclipse season. I know it can be intimidating, but there's nothing to fear. It's all opportunities to come into your full potential and heal what's in the way of living your full potential. All right, so pile number 3, the Velvet Malachite. Pile number 3, let's see what this has in store for you. All right, so your center cards is, look at this, Manifest and 2 of Wands. So with these together in the center for you to focus on through this time, whether it's this week kind of preparing up for what's coming up in this eclipse, this is about obviously being intentional. The manifestation card here, this is about being really, really intentional, what it is that you want to call in. Not that it's a manifestation new moon because it's eclipse in a way, but we're always manifesting. So the thing is that when we hold our highest potential, our highest dreams as our leading stars, our northern star, as that compass of where we want to go, then the universe is going to show us all the things that stands in the way of that. So being really intentional and not veering away from that. I feel like this is you, and you being called to be even more so. You already are it. Continue, because you're on the right path here. Coupled with the 2 of Wands here, this is for some. This can have to do with a choice. Choosing, actually, as I said that, choosing your life, choosing being your unique self, or choosing to people please, choosing other people's wishes, whatever that is. That's definitely going to come in for some of you. It's a general reading, so it might be not for all, but I feel that really strongly in this reading. It's kind of that like choice, right? This could be about collaborations, could be about trips as well. Maybe you've been manifesting that and wanting or feeling your heart pulled towards a spot. Maybe you'll meet someone there or create opportunities. Don't sleep on that in that case. Let me just feel into. Yeah, just follow your heart here. That's what I feel. Be really intentional and follow your heart. If there's any kind of oh yeah, and that's, of course, that's why I'm feeling that. So that's what's coming in the second card too, with the 2 of Swords here. You have 2 of Wands here, and then the 2 of Swords. This is definitely then a mental choice, feeling torn between 2 things, and that can be like choices that you're facing, but it can also be feeling torn about between your mind and your heart, and not quite finding that what to actually act on in that. So. Yeah, as I said, that's why that came through so much. It's important here to choose your heart, okay? Our mind is going to rationalize and keep us safe, and it's a really beautiful tool, but that's not where growth lays. Use it as that tool of like, okay, well, if I follow my heart and then I can, do this or whatever it is, but your heart is going to lead you to places and people and opportunities that you can't perceive, or no, your heart knows. Your heart is your soul guidance, your intuition knows, you know it in your gut, okay? So don't let this trip you over. When it comes into the spiritual field, with the Knight of Cups here, this is how am I feeling this? So the Knight of Cups is new opportunities. This is about fulfillment. This can be about love or friendship, beautiful yeah, beautiful people coming into your life. And since it's showing up in the spiritual field, you're probably called to, yes, because the manifestation card, and then with your heart and your mind, you're being really called to keep cultivating these new opportunities. This is what we did this last weekend in the soul consciousness workshop, so much about how do we reprogram our mind to keep dreaming away. This is what I do in any kind of manifestation workshop that I do as well. Keep your highest vision, and this is what we can see in Gene Keys too. What is that bridge to your full potential? Keep your highest vision of what it is that you really want, what opportunities, what kind of love, what kind of friendship, all of these things, what it is that you want that make you feel fulfilled and seen and loved, and all of these things. That's how I feel it with it showing up in the spiritual field. So keep manifesting that. And okay. I just had to make sure it wasn't my daughter doing something. Wow, that was interesting. Okay, so in the action field here with the Six of Cups, so some of you might be reminiscing, some of you might be holding on to the old, which might be that head heart thing of like, well, but I know this is a safe, which this is actually then calling you to look into what are you holding on to that's not benefiting you anymore, even it can have a sentimental string to it. This can also indicate to just like being your, this is children here too, so it's going to have a little bit of different meaning, depends on who you are, who's listening, since it's a general reading. It's also about like embracing the inner child. This could be inner child healing, but it can also be play. But I feel like it's just something, inner child healing kind of resonated more with me, especially with this with these choices, heart versus head too, okay? Because the head is that subconscious programming to keep you safe, but you're probably acting from something maybe that has happened in your childhood, that so you had to put those foundations in place to keep you safe, but now you've outgrown them. Now they're just holding you back. Now they're actually maybe the programming that makes you doubt yourself, right? So again, this is so important for you then to focus on what it is that you want to manifest and to do the healing work, so you don't operate from those same triggers anymore. And then in the how to perceive the future, this is about really the judgment, that's the card before the world card. It's the next to last card in the major arcana. So this is about, are you ready to receive your blessings? And since it's showing up in how you perceive the future, some of you are, definitely that, but it's a reminder that the blessings are coming. And the work is to actually feel worthy. And that worthiness work is deep, that we all have to work with, to feel worthy of all the blessings of our dreams, okay? So this is something to just think about, that yes, you are fully worthy of everything, the most impossible dreams seemingly impossible dreams that you have. Yes, you're worthy of all of it because it's coming, okay? So beautiful that this was the malachite stone, because that is one of the most powerful manifestation stones, and for wholeness of everything. So let's see here. As an outcome, wow. All right, this is interesting. I had to pull two there. As an outcome card, first was the Tower, and this is about letting go of everything that doesn't serve you so that you can have your full dreams that we've been talking about. And then the Hierophant here, I pulled a second card with that clarification that the Hierophant can be marriage. That's interesting because that kind of showed up in the second pile as well. It can be marriage, but it's also about you being that portal between your higher self and this physical world, and really moving into that because you've let go. And maybe something here, we're talking about eclipses here, maybe something will show up differently with all this manifestation work. I mean, that's what it is. We hold the energy. That's what we're moving towards, the energy of your dreams. And then we do have to let the details, even though we can go in and dream about the details, that's really good because then we're feeling like we already have it. And that's a part of that, the manifestation energy. But we do have to let the universe show us. It might not show up as we think. So we have to be aware of, however, so we don't lock ourselves in there. But it's important, and this is what I do in manifestation. This is how I operate. I compare, in a sense, my energy, my feeling of an energy of someone or something, whatever it is that I work with and that I say yes or no to. I feel, how does it feel in here? Okay, so rather than holding on to details that might not be right. So there might be some unexpected shifts for you, but that's what's going to lead you into being that portal. And I mean, for some of you with this showing up too, there might be some love coming into here, or or a coach even as well, or maybe it's you coaching if you are listening and you're in that position. Interesting. Okay, and then a few more cards here. I wanted to do one first, as I usually do, where you tend to trip yourself up. With the Page of Pentacles here, it might be how you perceive abundance or how you perceive it comes in, because it's coming in as a tripping yourself up card. It might be, how you perceive it's coming in it might not work in your mind, and our mind doesn't know everything. That's why we have to follow our heart and trust. And with this, I mean, the beginning here, this is about following your heart, because your mind cannot perceive how everything will happen, and how everything will come in terms of money or offers or earthly material things. It's interesting with that Tower card there too. So this is where you trip yourself up. So don't follow your mind here, okay? Expand into your heart, your whole consciousness. Let that guide you. Let lift the reality into your next level self, rather than being stuck in the mind, because the mind doesn't have all the solutions, okay? And then I wanted to do just 3 extra cards here for the kind of evolution through eclipse season. For some of you, this might be coming up to this eclipse and about this first eclipse, and for some of you, it might be a little bit longer time frame. I just wanted to kind of see the progression a little bit. Okay, so the first one there is connecting to your heart. Isn't that what I've been talking about the whole time? And that came into, obviously, yes. Okay. Connecting to your heart. This is follow your heart. I've said it the whole time. Okay, so this is where you're at the moment, or what you're being really called to. This is the first step with this whole reading. That's what I said from the beginning, so I'm not going to repeat myself. But connecting to your heart, okay, and following that, and then with that, that's going to help you move into more play. And it was interesting because I did mention that with the take action on doing something fun. You're, being that inner playful child. It can be inner child healing too, but sometimes we can also simply heal certain things by allowing more play. So that's kind of why that came in too. So here we have it. Definitely when you're in your heart and choosing from your heart, it's just simply going to bring in more play. So make sure that you do that too, because that's going to ease up and free your energy. And then moving into a higher perspective. So there's something here that you might not see at the moment, which obviously the eclipse will highlight for you, so that you can move into a higher perspective of your soul journey, where you're at, where you're going. This, if this has been a foggy time, or we're all in this just like surge right now in this portal, right? So it will come, clarity will come as well. So that's what I have for you. If you like this reading, click that like button and subscribe to my channel as well. Comment below if you have anything to say how this felt for you, or any comments about anything. I always love to hear that, and I go and reply at it as well. Send this reading off to someone else if you have someone that can need some guidance, can benefit from some guidance through this eclipse season. And also, if you need help choosing your heart and really anchoring into your truth, I'm right here for you. I have some sessions open, and then if you want to do a deal and do that Gene Key bundle that I talked about in the beginning, and even jumping into a Gene Key study group, I'm sending out an email today about it. So if you haven't seen my email list, if you're on that, today's email is talking about that. It's just, Gene Keys to me has just been so helpful, and them being in a study group about it, which I'm going to start up in a couple of weeks, has been life-changing as well. So don't miss this opportunity. Jump on that special for 2 Gene Key sessions with me, and the healing that it shows up, the energy work that will show up in how to transmute some of the things that shows up, is included in that as well. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Happy eclipse season. Don't fear it, okay? Follow me on Instagram and jump into my Facebook group if you want more. I do more short readings on Instagram as well, so make sure that you follow me there as well. And in stories, I do a lot of little extra things to think about, okay? Sending you so much love. Take care of yourself. Manifest away everything and let everything else fall. And much love to you.